Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up, people? What's up? All right, we're back at another episode of the Sorry Mom Tattooing and Fine Arts podcast. We're trying to convince Carlo to get in here. He's a little shy.
Everybody acting nervous.
Everybody has acting nervous. Everybody wants to be tough until the camera kicks in. Bro, get in here.
Come on, but we can
Come on,
both fit.
Carlos.
I'm small and I put deodorant on today.
I did too.
Put the order on today.
It's natural, but it still works.
Oh yeah, you fit.
Come on.
Come on.
It's a big check. Carlos.
Carlo. Hey, we got Carlos in the house. All right, now we're here. What are we going to talk about?
Hi, everybody.
What up?
Aki.
Yeah, so this whole podcast that I wanted to do today was or is about just tattooing conventions. A lot of people have had questions about conventions, how they work, what do we do there, what do people sell, basically just kind of how everything works. So I got Faith here with me. We got Carlo and we got Steve-O. And we're just going to, figure this out. So I don't know if Steve-O, your
Steve
headphones.
in the house.
So that your headphones that you have on your head go to Faith.
Okay, I was like, I just tattooed.
And then that microphone that's in front is for Faith, and you're taking over the one to the far left.
The microphone.
Oh, that makes more sense. This sounds
Bear with
nice.
us, guys. We're learning.
into this.
We're learning, and it's okay. We get to look back on these and laugh. So, but yeah, I'm gonna have Faith ask us some questions about just the convention themselves and how things work. So, you got any notes?
I do actually. I mean, tattoo conventions.
Can you
are
get closer to the
completely-
mic a little
Oh,
bit?
thank
Or
you.
is
Tattoo
it-
conventions.
Yeah, they're completely foreign to me. So I have
Yeah.
zero under. I don't know what happens. I don't even know the purpose,
Yeah,
or I don't know anything. So if you could just give me like
just the rundown.
just a rundown. Yeah.
So tattoo conventions are just like any other convention. You go there to tattoo if you're a tattoo artist, or if you're just a regular vendor. Like there was vendors there with like T-shirts, which I actually bought that T-shirt here. So we had that. There's also people like selling like arts and crafts. So people sell all kinds of different things they made, like out of metal, out of rock, all kinds of different things. There, did you see those dicks that were made out of metal?
What in the fucking?
You didn't see that? They were like,
Did you get one?
I wanted to.
Oh.
They look like dildos, but they were made out of glass. I don't know what you use them for, and I didn't want to ask. Shit, I didn't want people to look at me looking at,
You sure you went to the right convention?
I did. But yeah, there's a bunch of people they had like skincare people. They had a massage therapist there doing, her thing there for artists. It was pretty cool. But, you'll have small conventions, like the one that we do here in Beaumont. It's a local one, so it's a little bit smaller. You really don't see a lot of the, vendors like that there. It's mainly just tattooers and suppliers, tattoo supplies that they sell there as well. So, but they do a whole bunch of things. You go there, you tattoo, walk-ups, or if you already have appointments there, you do that. You could compete in competitions. So if you have existing tattoos, you could bring them there and compete against old pieces or fresh pieces. So it's always cool. They have like sideshows. So they had a guy like swallowing a sword.
Oh, I
and
thought that's what you meant by sideshow.
yeah.
Oh,
So
God.
What were you thinking?
Well, that's what I meant. I'm like a circus. Okay.
It's kind of like that. So, Carlo, how was your tattoo this weekend? What'd you do?
Nothing.
He did. He did a cool piece. It just the guy. It was hilarious.
No, bro.
It was a lot of detail. It
Yeah.
was like a biblical type piece, but he didn't get to finish.
Oh.
You
How
nervous?
do you? No, I'm not. I'm just. How do you find people to tattoo there? Like, do people who are not tattooing just go to these to be tattooed? Do you have to set that up ahead of time? How does that work? Like, how did you find somebody to do a piece on? How does that work?
Yeah, so either people that are following you on Instagram, Facebook, social medias, you know, they'll find you on there. They'll see that you're going, and either they're getting tattooed or they'll let somebody in that area know that you're gonna be there. I think Carlos's client, he's from Port Arthur, isn't he? Or no?
No.
No.
Florida.
He's from Florida. Well, somehow he works, you know, in refineries and
Yeah.
stuff. So he's been down here before, and that's how Carlo met him. He tattooed him at the old shop, and then he just finished that piece up in Tampa, which just happened to work out that he was gonna be there. So that's pretty cool. My client, she's also from Tampa. She's a tattoo artist in Tampa. Sarah, she's super cool. You'll get to meet her. She's gonna come down. So I got to tattoo her there as well. We didn't finish the piece, so now she has to come down to Texas. So.
Really nice piece.
But if you're just like a regular person and you just hear about the convention in town, then you just show up and find you an artist that's available. Yeah. So that's how it works. Just kind of like a walk up if they have time. But there's hundreds of artists there. So, I mean, you're going to find
Wow.
somebody for the job, you know, depending on what it is you want. So,
Okay. So, do they have stuff for you there, or are you bringing like all of your stuff with
Yeah.
you at to the convention?
yeah, we're bringing everything.
Oh gosh.
Everything.
What'd you pack? Like, what do you put in your bag? Like all your travel stuff?
A lot.
A lot, yeah.
iPod.
Yeah, we had armrests, iPad stands, lights.
Books.
Yeah, everything. Oh yeah, our portfolios,
wow.
banners.
It's crazy.
Yeah, to travel out of state and putting everything in on a bag for a plane is crazy.
I like the big bag.
Yeah, Carlo had a whole entire suitcase, this ginormous thing, and we get to the convention center right after the airport, and he opens it up, and it's all tattoo stuff, and I was like, "What'd you bring to wear?"
Yeah.
Just one pair of clothes. You just
Ollie
flipped it out
Ollie
and-
had a
It's
backpack.
my last tattoo convention.
That's
Oh.
bullshit.
It's crazy.
Ollie had to let him borrow some clothes.
Nah, Ollie had his backpack. Ollie had this big old backpack, and he was like, "All of my clothes is in Ollie's backpack." So he made Ollie carry his backpack the whole time with all
Yeah.
his stuff. It
We
was
have my
hilarious.
everything, my shoes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you definitely got to pack light. You know, if you bring too much clothes, and then you kind of limit out on what you could bring. Our equipment itself, you know, we had to swap, you know, weight between bags because I think Southwest only lets you carry like 50 pounds. Was it 50 pounds or 60?
50.
50 pounds. Yeah, we had 50 pounds per bag, and you're allowed 2 free big bags. So I had to like open my bag up in the middle of the entire airport and just throw things in another bag to make it all weigh the same. So it's a lot. It's a lot to move around. Local stuff, it's easy. You just throw it in the back of a truck and you're just going, you know. But definitely going out of state it's a hassle. And then you got airports, which is another hassle. You have to get in trains and jump into the other thing and find your seat. Yeah.
So what was the most stressful part about it?
Losing my phone at the airport.
You lost it at the airport?
It was at the airport,
Going
yeah.
there?
No, on the way back from
Oh, okay.
Tampa. Yeah, I had put it down on the counter to buy some headphones, and I walked off. I guess I left my phone there, and I came back to that store and asked the kid that was working if he saw my phone because I left it, and he was kind of nervous, honestly, and he was like, "Phone? I didn't see no phone." So yeah.
Yeah, smile no, cry later.
Yeah, I didn't get upset though. I didn't get too upset. It's just like whatever.
Yeah, that's fine.
I think I was excited to be back home, to be
Yeah.
honest.
Just lived in the
So.
Stone Age for
Yeah,
24
but
hours.
Steve, do you like tattooing?
I actually do. I was nervous in the beginning, but now I'm getting used to it. And I'm ready to keep doing. I'm ready to do bigger pieces, learn more shading. then I'll be able to get into color.
But I was worried when you first started tattooing because I was like, man, I don't know how Steve's gonna do with like people he doesn't know, clients. Because it's really stressful when you first go from just having a job that you just people tell you what to do and then you just do it alone and that's it, to having that person in front of you watching over you the whole entire time. It's pretty nerve-wracking.
Because before I did this, I was doing landscaping. It was just me and my brother the whole time. We
Landscaping is the
barely
best.
talked to people because we would just be working. So I didn't have that communication. But whenever I started tattooing, whenever I started working at Walmart, that's what helped my anxiety. So by the time I started tattooing, it wasn't that bad. But I think if I didn't do Walmart first and I went straight to tattooing, my anxiety would have got to me.
Yeah.
Why you don't wanna do like a small tattoo convention in Walmart?
In the back.
Let's set it up. Let's go. I set it up. Let's do it.
Trade you a few bananas for a tattoo.
They did it at the Harley Davidson. Why not do that at Walmart?
Oh shit! Hey, you right. You might be up to something now.
Cool.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, but I remember when I first did my first tattoo, I was shaking. I could not stop shaking. Yeah, it was bad.
The only thing that got me through my first tattoo is that my homeboy let me do it on him. And he even told me before we did it, hey, if you mess up, it's cool. So that actually like relieved my anxiety. And I felt I did good on my first tattoo.
Yeah, you did the first few ones for sure. I don't know about now, but nah, I'm joking. I'm joking.
I mean, that, all right.
Nah, man, it's good, man. I was super proud, honestly, because like I said, you don't want to see the first tattoo I ever did. It looked like I did it during an earthquake.
Yeah, that's what
It was bad, and it was a ribs too.
Ooh.
She was a little chunky too, so like the skin here is just so stretchy, and it was a nightmare to do.
Yeah, that's what happened when I did that chest tattoo. I didn't think that skin was like that, and it was hard. It was hard to tattoo to get the line saturated, straight. You had to stretch the skin. I'm
Yeah.
talking about stretching.
As of right now, what do you think is like your toughest part of your job?
I think it's putting the stencils on, to be honest.
Putting stencils on?
Yeah, especially if it's got to be like symmetrical and stuff.
Yeah.
I think that's the hardest part for me right now.
I think I still struggle with that. Like symmetry, putting like two things the same on each side of the back.
Yeah.
Or a chest. They're doing the same
I
thing.
think so.
So hard, man.
Hard is make the outlines all around.
Oh, the bands. Those are so hard. You showed me
It's
something
so
the
hard.
other day, right? Like 2 pieces of
Yeah.
paper and then they just Sharpied it. Or no, it was 2 pieces of tape, right?
My last one.
2 pieces of tape and then yeah, it went to that.
It's
Yeah.
the last one.
Yeah. Did you know that Faith tattooed a little bit too?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, she
Just a little bit.
Yeah, just dabble in it a little bit.
You ever tattooed yourself?
I have not yet. No, the ink I have that I practice with is not skin safe, and
You
I
never
wouldn't use
practice?
non-toxic
Uh-huh.
stuff.
You never practice and
Not on real skin, only on fake skin. Yeah.
Carlos said he got his leg for you.
it's better than
He said, "What the fuck?"
what?
You wouldn't let me practice on you?
I said you got
Yeah.
his leg.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Let's go. Right here.
Okay.
Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, Steve. It looks like a little nervous.
A little bit.
But it
a little
looks
bit.
good.
It's
but
cool.
we
Once
here.
It looks good.
But we're here.
Yeah, once we get the hang of it
Your
more.
smile is badass, bro.
Don't make me blush.
But yeah, so with all that being said about how conventions work, we had a blast this weekend. So usually like we'll get a hotel room and everybody goes their own ways. But this time we got an Airbnb with a pool.
With the pool.
Oh my God, bro. It was crazy. The first day we got there, we're just all unpacking and we went to go eat and then we unpacked at the house. And, I'm putting everything in the closet, organizing stuff, getting my stuff for the restroom out and all that, And Carlo walks by in his boxers. I was like, bro, what are you doing? He's like, we're going to the pool. I was like, all right.
I paid for the pool too, you know?
You gonna use it.
So you didn't have room for swim trunks in your bag? Okay. To work with what you got.
Yeah, he jumped in boxers, man. That was pretty funny. We all did. We
It's
jumped
fun.
in
I
there.
like it.
Ollie probably had it in
I
his
really like
backpack.
it.
His swimming.
Ollie didn't want to jump in.
Wow.
One
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, he jumped. Yeah, he did that day. After me and Carlo were already in there, and we kept on not bullying him, but we were like, "Come on, bro! Like, you only have one day. This could be your last one, man. You're not jumping in." And he went to go change.
Oh,
He jumped in.
how sweet.
It's really fun. Yeah.
After you put it like that, the last day, I'm gonna jump in too.
Yeah, man, it was fun.
What is your next convention?
I don't know yet. When is the next Beaumont one? The thing is, I just had a newborn. If I didn't have a newborn, I would have went
Next
to
year?
Tampa
Yeah,
too.
it's
Maybe
tough.
next year.
So next year, I'm gonna be able to travel a little bit more. I'll be able to take them too.
We could do like the Dallas one is pretty cool. Austin one's pretty cool too. What other one? The Houston one's that one's in June, I believe.
Maybe.
June, yeah, that one would be cool.
Maybe
Yeah, I'll be able to go on
Philadelphia.
there.
Oof, Philadelphia would be fire. I'm down to do it if you're down to do it.
Me
That one,
too.
Philadelphia, is one of the biggest ones in the United States.
Yes.
It's
Yeah.
like 1,400 artists in one building.
It's really
Damn.
cool.
Yeah, it's like if you had like maybe 6 Walmarts together, and that building is huge.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, but it's cold. They always do it in what, January or February?
It's January.
January, February. Yeah.
Have you been there before?
I don't know what date, but it's January.
Yeah, I did it in like 2019, I think. It was, so I left Texas. Texas was like 70 something, and I get there and it was like 40, 41 or something like that degrees. So I got there in a t-shirt. I didn't bring any kind of, jacket or anything. I didn't even bother to look at what the weather was going to be like. I get up there, it's like ice cold. There's snow everywhere. Honestly, I think it was like lower than 40, honestly. So my Uber driver drops me off at the wrong hotel, and the actual Holiday Inn I had to be in was only like 3 blocks away. So I was like, hey, it's 3 blocks away. I'm going to walk it. Dude, I froze like bad in a t-shirt. Yeah, it was bad. But the whole convention itself was awesome. I tried to walk it like 3 times, like walk through the whole thing and check everybody out. I wasn't able to. That's how big it was.
Wow.
Yeah. But there was a lot of people. Like I think I did maybe like 9 tattoos that weekend. So definitely a big moneymaker convention. But yeah, it's huge.
Also, wasn't there some, I don't know, weird story about a hibachi situation?
You want
What do you think the Hibachi's restaurant?
Yeah, tell us about that. I want to
So
know. what
so
happened there.
okay, so it was Saturday.
Really
That was
fun.
Saturday, right?
Yeah.
So it's Saturday, and I think me and Carlo tattooed for like 8 hours. I tattooed for like the same, and we're tired already.
Yeah.
And we were like, okay, let's go find somewhere to eat. And then we had Mexican food in Tampa, and it was horrible. So we're like, we're not eating any Mexican food there at all. So I was like, Carlo, look for something, because I don't want to like guide us to another, crappy restaurant. And so we go to Kodo in Tampa. It's a hibachi grill. And we get there, man, there's like some younger people, like 25 or so. They're partying at the bar, and they look like they're having a great time. I was living through them, enjoying it. I was just so tired. They all put us in the hibachi area, kind of like Tokyo. There's like a huge area just for that. And right when we walk in, the lights are off. There's this disco ball going crazy. And a guy has no shirt on, and he's dancing. We're like, oh, shit, what kind of party is this?
Yeah.
So we sit down. Our hibachi guy starts setting up, and he splashes this thing on the grill, and it lights on fire. And then he starts drinking it. So I'm like, what the hell was that? Is he drinking oil? Anyways, so we're just he's cooking a little bit, and then he grabs that same bottle and starts pouring it to everybody's mouth.
Yeah.
So I was like, is that oil or what? Or, something that lights on fire? It was sake the whole time.
Oh, nice.
So he started giving
I don't
everybody on the table sake. Carlo had some sake. I didn't. I already had me a mojito.
What time?
Yeah, so he had sake.
Only?
Ollie had like 3 big gulps, like mouthfuls. That guy would not stop. He kept going. Anyways, we got our food and all that. We look over. Ollie has his hat backwards, and he has this huge smile on his face, and his eyes are all glazy. I was like, "What's wrong with you?" And Yanni was like, "He's drunk." And he's like, "I'm not drunk, I promise." He busted out laughing. We were all on empty stomachs, so that hit him pretty hard. But at one point, it was everybody's birthday apparently, and at one point, we look over to the other table with all the young people that were partying. They're taking shots. One of the girls that was in their group was cooking the fried rice. Had the chef's hat on his head, and the chef is like dancing and humping her.
This sounds like a Black Mirror episode or something.
I told myself in my head, I said, when I explain this story, it's gonna sound like I'm making it up, but it's not. The disco ball kept going on like every 15 minutes. The same guy kept on ripping off his shirt. This guy was pouring sake in everybody's mouth. It was crazy. It was that was my highlight of the whole entire convention. That was fun. The pool.
Really fun.
Yeah, it was a blast.
Oh, nice.
So we do get to go out,
Yeah.
you know, and do things. And some people even go to conventions like tattoo artists, and they'll go like the beginning of the week and explore the first 3 days and then
Yeah.
tattoo. So that's the right way to do it, but it's kind of hard to get everybody to do a whole week, you know, finances and all that. It's pretty expensive. But yeah, what else did we do at the convention? Oh, we rode scooters.
Oh,
Like the
really
scooter,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Me and Carlo ditched Yanni and Ollie. They were really slow, and me and Carlo were just full speed.
Oh, my God.
We left them. They were too slow for us, so we kept going. So that was cool.
Are international conventions a thing?
Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
that something that you have ever done or
No, we
considered
talked
doing?
about them.
Yeah?
Yeah, we should do it.
Like where?
There's like Spain, but there's a really good one in Spain. I think it's Madrid. There's Switzerland, Avion in France. That's a good one too. What's another one? I want to go one in Germany. I don't know why I've been no, not Germany, in Russia. I've been all about like Russian culture.
One day, maybe next year.
Yeah, I want to go
Okay.
out there, like see somebody wrestling bears,
Okay.
some crazy shit. Yeah, so
You want to go, Steve?
Yeah, I want to go to Switzerland. That's the one I want to go to, or even France.
You don't want to wrestle bears?
Nah,
No?
I'm good.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
good with the Bears.
Okay.
I'm good with the Bears.
yeah. But I'm excited for you to come to a convention with us too.
I would like to go. I'm curious.
Yeah.
I want to see.
But I remember like when I first started bringing Katie on to a few conventions, her first, you know, like you get kind of overwhelmed and it's intimidating because, you know, there's hundreds of tattooer people everywhere and some more tattooed than others, some with barely any clothes on, people with implants.
Yeah.
It's wild. It gets crazy. Yeah. They do burlesque show, is that
Oh,
what it is?
nice.
Yeah, they do
Okay.
that. What else? Oh, you ever seen people like when they put the hooks on their back
Yeah.
and they swing across?
Yeah.
So you'll just be tattooing, you look
Oh.
up and there's somebody swinging in the air.
That sounds a little distracting. Is
Yeah.
that not?
Not really. I mean, the first time it was.
I'm nervous when I come in and I pop my head in and I say, "Hey, I'm here," and then you've got like burlesque shows in the background, and like people swinging from hooks in their back. I'm like, okay, I guess I could come in and say hi.
Oh,
if you can work
Yeah.
in that environment. Ugh.
Yeah, I mean, once you start tattooing, though, I think that happens to everybody, though. Like, once you start tattooing, like, everything else almost disappears.
Yeah.
It really does. Even with tattooing, like, most of the time I can't shut up or sit still. But once I start tattooing, everything else just goes out the window. So kind of the same thing at a convention. You know, you start tattooing and, you know, you look up. You kind of have to look up and say what's up to people. I love that part about the conventions, talking to people.
Yeah.
My thing for that, it's like you establish a relationship or you know, with them right off the bat. So they're gonna go look around the whole show, and most of the tattooers, I'd say probably about like, I think it's like a 50-50 thing. Like most of them just won't talk to people, whether they're shy, they're nervous, or they just have the biggest ego in the world and they don't think people deserve to talk to them. So, but I love it. I love to communicating with people. You know, anybody that came up and, you know, I was asking them where they're from, you know, and what tattoo they're getting this weekend and all that good stuff. So, yeah. So that's my favorite part about tattooing.
Do you see a lot of like the same people at the conventions that you go to, or is it kind of always different?
Different.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
different.
think the bit different.
Yeah, you'll see a few of the same traveling tattoo artists. There's some tattooers that only do conventions. Like they'll go back home and they just chill. and then so we'll see a lot of like familiar tattoo artists around there, which is cool. You get to see them. We saw some guys from Beaumont. You remember that?
Yeah.
There's a few guys from the tattoo convention here in
Yeah.
Beaumont. They travel. We saw them there
Still
too.
travel a lot.
Yeah.
And all the tattoo conventions.
Yeah.
All tattoo conventions.
They do all of them.
Wow.
Could you do that, Carlo? Like just do nothing but tattoo conventions and not work at a shop?
No, I like go to the tattoo conventions.
Yeah.
But it's crazy. It's crazy, man.
I don't know if I could.
So
Cause
it's different, you know.
Yeah.
I think the
Well,
traveling part's like the worst part.
Yeah.
Just like
I
packing
like
your
work
bag.
here in the shop. I like it because I'm taking my time,
Yeah.
you know. But in tattoo conventions, it's different.
Yeah, sometimes people, they have you for one day and they want a whole sleeve in one day.
Yeah.
So that's where it kind of gets to the point where it's like, all right, like once I lose that focus and I'm drained, like I can't continue anymore. And I get it; they're trying to get as much as they can while they have us there. But yeah, it gets pretty tough, with that.
And when I asked all of you for the website, like what you liked the most about tattooing, I'm pretty sure all of you said you like building relationships with your clients.
Yeah.
And if you solely traveled, that piece is kind of gone. I guess not, because, people know you and they find you, but, if you have clients that you see like every year, every so often, you miss that piece of that if you would just travel.
Yeah. The good thing about it though, once you start traveling more, like I've done quite a few conventions, and you kind of like leave a stamp there. So when you come back, for example, I have a guy in Denver who's always asking me when I'm going to come back. So when I do go to Denver again, I have a client already there. So it's kind of good that you kind of set relationships in different, cities. So when you come back, they're still there. Or they're going to tell their family members too. So, you'll have a whole weekend booked if you're lucky. So, but yeah. Also, wanted to talk about the trunk or treat. That was crazy.
That was good.
I did not expect that many people to show up.
Yeah. That many kids too.
Yeah, it was mainly all for the kids. That was like my
Yeah.
main focus, especially being a father. I wanted my kid to enjoy being around other kids and the bounce house and the dance floor, all that good stuff. So I know it was like 6:00 and there was a few people here, and then I looked up and dude, there was tons of people. I think I saw Steve outside like once.
Nah, because I finished that touring around like 6. I went to go pick up my girl. By the time I got back, man, it was packed. I'm talking about it was packed. But man, my daughter had fun. I saw all the kids having fun. There was some kids over here scaring other kids. So, man, they had fun. It was a nice event.
Good turnout, man. Yeah, I didn't. We had the idea and everything on how it was gonna work out, but once you actually see it like live in action, I had you guys' help, so it was perfect that I could just kind of like sit back a little bit, and I was just like, whoa, all this is just happening. I really enjoyed it.
Do you think you'll do it again? Are we doing it again next year?
Oh, definitely. Yeah. I think that was really fun for the kids, and we'll definitely do that again. We had a Christmas party last year. That was really fun. We were all dancing. Everybody was dancing.
Yeah. With the pozole.
Okay.
It's good.
Yeah, that was fun.
What is that?
It's like a Mexican soup.
Yeah.
That's the best way I can.
It sounds like shit when you say it like that.
No,
like
it does.
Mexican
I
soup.
like soup. Soup is good.
You need a shirt that says that. I like soup.
I like soup. Did you
Yeah.
make it? Who made it? Where'd it come from?
My mom made it.
Your mom made.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
definitely want it then.
Yeah, it was good. That's one of my
Really good,
favorite ones.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The real question is, was it red pozole or green pozole?
I've never heard of green pozole.
You never had
Green pozole is good.
Really? I never
Yeah.
had it.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, it was red though.
I think
You put cabbage in
it's
it?
a little
Okay.
bit better.
Green
Nah.
one? I've never had it. Now I'm kind of
I
curious.
like a green one.
Can you make it?
No.
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 Well, where am I gonna try some?
I don't know. You got to get somebody's mom.
There's
Okay.
mom.
Somebody's mom. I don't know if my mom knows how to make it. She probably does, but she always goes with red.
I think it's a little bit more easy.
Really?
Probably.
Yeah. But we had that. She made like a bunch of desserts. We had music. We had like washers outside. Man, it was fun. Super fun. I think we all got kind of a little sauce there. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw stuff.
Yeah. Rachel was pretty sauced up.
I heard about that.
Rachel,
She was
did
dancing.
like
Drink on the head thing.
mac
that
and
that?
cheese.
Oh yeah, Rachel did her famous mac and cheese.
Really good.
Was it spicy or no?
Nah,
Oh, somebody
it's
said they
really
were
good.
spicy.
not
Yeah.
for me.
So everybody kind of brought a little bit, of like, some food. Yeah, we just had a blast. All of our clients. I love doing that where our clients kind of get to enjoy our company versus, them getting hurt every single time they see us.
Yeah.
Oh, what I wanted to ask you, Faith, was like I didn't really get to properly introduce you, but can you tell people what have you been doing for the shop and like,
Okay.
all that good stuff. So
I thought I was just, and I'm sweating. Okay.
it is warm in here.
Yeah, I mean,
Nervous.
I feel like I'd do anything you asked me to do for the shop. I'm the new shop assistant, and
Mhm.
so I'm helping out with, I don't know, marketing stuff. So we built a website, right?
Yeah.
I help with some events. The
Mhm.
goal is to, we have some goals. We outlined some goals. I don't know if we're sharing those goals, but
Yeah, no, don't share them.
Yeah,
we don't
no,
want
they're
nobody knowing
top
our
secret
secrets. I know
goals.
y'all are watching us, but we're
Yeah.
not gonna.
and I'm supposed to make them happen magically. So
Yeah.
that's I'm just doing all the things to make those things happen, right?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, so Faith is responsible for the website, and also helping out with the events, really getting organized with things, and not winging it last minute like I do everything. Like I did this podcast.
Yeah. He said, "Can you help with the podcast?" And I'm like, "Do you want me to write down some questions
Yeah.
so we can organize
I didn't
it?
even have
Do
time
an
to write it down.
outline?"
She had a whole blueprint.
Yeah.
I just like to kind of wing
He's
it.
like, "We're
I
just
think,
gonna talk." Like,
Yeah.
"Oh."
Yeah, I mean, definitely the first podcast we did, it was that's my whole little tablet right there, and it was all written down, all scripted, and I think I did well with carrying for a while, and I think I could bounce off of people like that, but yeah. So Faith is getting us organized, and also we have a. Can you explain to them what we're doing with the canned food drive?
Yeah. So we partnered. Now I feel like I can't remember all 5 off the top of my head, but we partnered with some local companies that kind of work. They worked with us at the Trunk or Treat, who had just shared, and you guys had shared a conversation about kind of wanting to give back, right?
Always.
And so for Thanksgiving, here in Southeast Texas, I don't know if you know, and I can pull up the stats and show you guys, but the percentage of people that are considered food insecure is really high.
Is that a thing?
It's called food insecure. Yeah, that's like the term for it. And that's people who, a lot of children, elderly people, who they go home and they are not totally sure if they have food or if they have access to food, or if it's available to them. So we are collecting non-perishable food items from November 1st through the 15th to give to the Southeast Texas Food Bank so that they can distribute that food to the people they've identified as food insecure in our area. So that'll be, especially with Thanksgiving coming up, and I know we all get excited, like, what am I going to
Yeah.
cook and what my grandma's going to cook and my cousins, and
Yeah.
like there are people who are, we're all gathered around a table, warm and cozy and eating, and there are people who, what am I going to eat for dinner?
Yeah, that's
So-
wild. We tend
Yeah.
to kind of overlook that sometimes because I guess like we all do get busy, focusing on ourselves sometimes that we end up forgetting of the less fortunate or the people that are going through things. You don't necessarily have to be less fortunate. Just, people will get dealt certain hands and they have to play those cards, and it sucks sometimes, I've been in that spot before, so, I know how it feels, but there's definitely, anything that we could do to help. I'm always down to, do these type of events, but it's always hard for me to organize them because of, how busy I am on a daily basis.
Well, I think that's the good thing too, is there are so many organizations that this is what they do.
Yeah.
So by partnering with them, we don't have to figure it out, like the right way to do it or how to get it to the right people.
Yeah.
There are just companies
yeah.
that do that, organizations that do that. And,
Yeah.
So yeah.
How is now? How does that work? Do you normally have? Is there a lot of people in the community that do it?
Yeah, so the Southeast Texas Food Bank specifically, I mean, they, if you go to HEB, Market Basket, they always have, like collection boxes and
Yeah.
stuff, but they also depend on like grants and donations from other organizations. So, I mean, you'll see, especially like Thanksgiving, Christmas, you'll start to see a lot of
Yeah.
food drive opportunities, but they also, I know where I worked previously, we did a grant for them for their backpack program. So like they just receive funding and that they work with like the schools for kids who are food insecure.
Yeah.
They'll just go into a classroom on Friday and they have backpacks filled with food that kids can like open by themselves and
Yeah.
eat by themselves and can just take it home discreetly in a backpack.
Yeah,
So,
that's awesome. For
yeah,
sure.
they do a lot of really great stuff.
Yeah, that's awesome. We have people like that, that
Yeah.
actually are, helping out the community. I remember when I was a kid, I used to go to Salvation Army. So this band would pick us up,
Okay.
and we would go to the Salvation Army right here off of 69,
Yeah.
and they would feed us. We would play basketball
Yeah.
and just hang out. We just went to hang out, but we were also, I grew up in the avenues here in Beaumont, so there were kids maybe that I didn't even know. I didn't even think of that as a kid, that, their parents probably did send them off there to get, their dinner, and we
Yeah.
didn't even know about it. Because
Yeah.
not everybody goes out and is like, hey, I'm here, they don't advertise that because, people struggle and they don't want to, really have anybody.
Yeah, and I think that's why you see a lot of food insecurity is because that's not something people feel comfortable
Sharing,
talking
yeah.
about or asking about. But yeah, especially, I mean, as a parent, right?
Mhm,
Like
yeah,
to think that there's like sweet babies that are like, I don't know if I'm gonna have dinner tonight.
yeah,
Just really, that's crazy to me.
yeah,
Actually, we posted those pictures yesterday. And
yeah,
someone commented like, remember when you just had two people?
yeah.
And like, just it's only been 3 years of the way that you've like
The
it's
way
grown
that the
and-
way that guy commented that, he was like, "Your little shop."
Oh, I was gonna
I was
tell you
like,
about
"Bro,
that.
don't belittle me like
I
that."
was gonna tell you that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you still doing your little tattoo thing?
That's
Like,
what,
bro,
man,
chill.
That's what one of my homeboys told me the other day. They saw me at Walmart. Like, hey, man, I see you doing your little tattoo thing.
You little.
You better call it big tattoo thing.
That's a big deal. Not everybody does this. Oh man, but nah, I didn't take that comment at first. I was just like, I was like, no, yeah, it is good. It is though. I mean, that's one thing that I've been practicing more is, like cherishing the time I have with people, and also, the moment itself. So I mean, we run so fast in life, especially in the United States. We tend to just be ready for the next thing, the next thing, the next thing, and we don't appreciate what we have at the time. So I've been really slowing down mentally to appreciate all that, and just to watch it grow where we are now. I don't know. To me, it just feels like one day I'm just gonna wake up and all this was just a dream. It's crazy, but definitely appreciate it. Everybody and everything here. But we're coming up on 3 years.
Yeah, I mean, you talk a lot about like we spend a lot of time planning like what's next and the next
Yeah.
big thing and when that guy commented, remember when you just had two people? I'm like, wow, it's only been 3 years, and
You got 8 people
like
now.
we're chasing all these big things, but like wow, look at how far you've come in such a short amount of time.
Yeah.
From the amount of artists you have in here to the events that you're having and the participation that you're getting and the community you're building. I think it's insane for 3 years.
Yeah.
I'll toot your horn. If
Thank
won't
you,
do
thank
it.
you. Yeah, I don't know. I'm enjoying it, every single thing, and I get excited. Trust me, I do. But after the events, I'll go home and I'm just like, I can't believe we just pulled that off. Like I couldn't stop saying that day. And also I think because we did the Christmas party like alone, like without any other. But with this one too, now that we're getting more people involved and other businesses involved, I think that's super cool that people are actually not just taking our business as of just like it's gonna be something that I'm forced to do. And now people want to do things, and it just sets an example of like for the next one and how we operate. So, definitely, it's like I said, it feels like a dream sometimes just to have everybody here. you know, naturally. Nothing's forced here, you know. So I'm definitely very proud, and I'm looking forward to the dinner. We're gonna have a dinner at Papa Do's.
Hell yeah.
So I want to dress all fancy and look important.
Another shout out to our sponsors.
Yeah. My cousin actually works there, so we'll see what he does for us.
We wearing the suits. That's what we're doing.
Not like a whole, you know.
Tuxedos, renting a limousine. Let's go all out.
Don't
Party
get me
buzz.
started.
Let's
The
get the party buzz.
on a Wednesday. Oh man, everybody's hurt the next day. No. Yeah, but there's another part to that you guys will see there.
Oh,
Yeah, so I'm excited for that.
Hell yeah.
ominous.
Okay,
Okay.
that's gonna be cool. So maybe on the next one we'll reveal what happened.
Ooh.
We're gonna have the hibachi guy come through.
Have you go bring the disco ball?
Yeah, disco. Somebody's gonna be holding a disco ball in the hibachi grill. But yeah, this has been another episode of the Sorry Mom Tattooing and Fine Arts podcast. Thank you, Faith Brammer. I don't know if you wanted your last name on there, but we just did. Thank you, Stevo Mazzano. Is that how you pronounce your last name?
Nah, how you go butcher
Damn,
that?
my
How you
own
gonna butcher
apprentice.
it? Nah, it's Manzano.
Manzel.
Denzel.
Yeah, but appreciate you guys for jumping on last minute, and yeah, catch us on the next one.
I said your name better than he did.
I know.
When we were building the website, I said his name perfectly.
Mazzano
And he was like, people act like my name's hard. I'm like, it's just spelled like it
You
sounds.
said it like you American. Mazano. Because everybody in school, like all the teachers would butcher it all the time. I'm like, man, I don't think it's a hard name to say.
I don't think so. I think it's just